Halloween is just around the corner, and to celebrate, we are on the hunt for the perfect pumpkin. We indulge in sushi in Squamish, we meet a unique photographer to Whistler, and we take a trip up Blackcomb to get a sneak peek at the new crystal chair. That's on this episode of Go Sea to Sky. Welcome to Go Sea to Sky. I'm your host, Heather Butts. The jack-o'-lantern is a very important piece of Halloween, but it all starts with the perfect pumpkin. And later in the show, we'll be scouring the fields here at North Arm Farm in Pemberton to find just that perfect one. But what comes after Halloween? Well, that's opening day at Whistler Blackcomb. And this year, things might be a little different on the mountain. You'll be standing in line a little less and skiing a little more. And that's because this year, you'll be greeted by 2 new chairlifts. A serene mountain landscape, green with freshly planted clover. It won't look this way for much longer. Soon, skiers and boarders will be making their way down the slope to load the new crystal chairlift.
It'll allow our guests to stay in what arguably is the best intermediate skiing on Whistler Blackcomb and potentially North America and the world.
The new chair has been in the works for more than a decade, and crews began working on it last spring, clearing the way for the lift line and flying in new poles. The location of the chairlift will shelter skiers from cold alpine storms while giving others quick access to a variety of lifts.
This is a faster route to get our guests back on the Glacier Express and into the Horseman Glacier, Blackcomb Glacier, and all the exceptional alpine skiing that we have as well.
With opening day just around the corner, it may not look promising, but crews are determined to have this lift ready when the snow flies.
You might hear a little bit of noise in the background. That's the guys pulling the communications line up the towers, followed by some tag lines, which will then pull the cable.
And once that's complete, these chairs, which sit waiting to do their job, will be loaded onto the cable, ready to carry you up the mountain. And just in case Mother Nature holds off, an added investment has been made to ensure this area gets plenty of use.
It's somewhat of an imperative for us when we make a lift investment, as to the extent that we have here, that we back it up with snowmaking.
The new crystal chair runs almost 2 kilometers in length, taking skiers from the base of Ridge Runner at 4,000 feet to the Crystal Hut, which sits at 6,000 feet. It's certainly a new location, but the lift is new only to a certain extent. Much of the components were brought down from Whistler's Harmony chair, which got a major facelift.
We've been able to increase the capacity of it by 50% by going from a 4-seat detachable quad to a 6-seater. Our first here at Whistler Blackcomb.
The cost of the entire project, 2 chairlifts installed, new runs, and snowmaking comes in at $18 million. The impact it will have on your mountain experience, priceless.
What this chair does is it spreads people out more. And equally with the Harmony chair, now that I doubt that we'll see many lines in the Harmony, more people are going to go down to it. And that's going to spread people out from the other chairs in the Whistler Alpine, as well as on Blackcomb and Crystal.
It all adds up to enjoying more of the mountains, which means less time on the lift and more time skiing. So get your legs ready, winter is on the way. Now, opening day is scheduled for November 28th, but locals tell me that it usually opens a little earlier, so you better start working on those ski legs because more chairlifts means more skiing. Now, once you're done on the slopes, you will have worked up an appetite, so if you're heading back down towards Squamish, stop in at Kozo's Cafe because restaurant owner Hiro Kotora has a very unique style to his Japanese rolls.
I have a super sense when it comes to dealing with sushi, but I don't think I have a superpower.
A modest statement, something Clark Kent might say. But every superhero has a secret identity. By day, Hiroyasu Kitaora is simply a climber who moved to Squamish in order to be closer to the chief. But by night, in the flip of a cape, or apron in this case, Hiroyasu becomes Hiro, the mastermind behind the superhero role, the Sea to Sky's most famous sushi power.
That's the role I came up with when I was working in Whistler. I was playing around with the ingredients I had. One of the guy, Sheldon, who was a server at Sushi Village in Whistler, he just came up with this really catchy name, superhero.
And now this superhero has a new home in Squamish. Hiro opened Kozo Cafe last year. The 35-plus seat restaurant serves lunch and dinner with a menu that aims to break out of the traditional sushi box. And that sometimes comes with the superhero punch of a blowtorch.
Seared style, it's actually activate the flavor of the fish oils and stuff.
The lumina, torched with fire and jalapeno, Hiro then prepares an unusual salmon taco as part of the daily lunch special.
Of course, there's expectation from the customer. We're supposed to carry tempura, karaage, gyoza, something like that. But locally based on food, it's supposed to be evolved with the local people. That's my belief.
He calls his food approach freestyle, a term embraced by Sea to Sky corridor living. No Japanese kimonos, his food is as hip as his ball cap and plaid shirt, the corridor business suit.
Salmon tartare, which is getting very popular, and it's a totally new style of food, I believe. I use some beets and cilantro, also soy sauce and traditional Japanese stuff too, and came up with something totally new. Are we ready to go now?
Yeah, do you think it's going to be a busy lunch?
The Tokyo native came in 2001 to Canada, where he worked in sushi bars in Vancouver, then Whistler. The Sea to Sky corridor is his perfect audience, with a population made up of seasoned world travelers and outdoor enthusiasts. Not city, not rural, a no man's land of possibilities.
Lovely.
This place is very unique, and yeah, this could be the place where new cuisine, new culture, new style starts actually for chef even, not for mountain biker, not for climber, not for skier, snowboarders, for chef as well. I'm getting educated by local people, it's like, I try different kind of stuff and, see their reaction and, try to get their opinion, then just try to make it better.
Making the world a better place. What all superheroes aim to do. From Squamish, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
A delicious restaurant to certainly check out if you're in Squamish or just passing through. Now, if you want to see more of our stories, they are available in HD. Visit us at youtube.com/Whistler Shaw. Go Sea to Sky, we're your local voice. Coming up.
I like the power of photography, which freezes the moment.
He was an aerospace engineer student who landed in Whistler. Now he's all about photography.
The following are proud supporters of community programming on Shaw TV. Hairstyling and color services for Heather Butts are provided by The Loft Salon. TheLoftSalon.com.
Your card has been declined.
Oh, try this one.
Rob here.
Collections here. How many times do I have to call you to collect this debt?
What are we gonna do? This one's been declined too.
Does your debt feel like it's getting out of control? We are a nonprofit service, and we're here to help. Call the Credit Counseling Society today. All you've got to lose is your debt.
1 in 3 Canadians know someone with Alzheimer's disease or another dementia. I'm one of those Canadians. September is World Alzheimer's Month, and the Alzheimer's Society of BC wants you to get involved. Use your creative ideas, your outstanding talents, and your sizzling passions. We make it easy to create a unique fundraising event or join in someone else's. Do anything for Alzheimer's and help support people with dementia, their caregivers, and research for a cure. Let's get started at anythingforalzheimers.ca today.
Welcome back to Go See the Sky. We are hanging out here at North Arm Farm in Pemberton, and we are on the hunt for the perfect pumpkin. And a whole busload of kids just showed up, so this is just perfect. I'm going to enlist their help in finding the perfect pumpkin and maybe find out what their favorite things are about fall, or maybe a few favorite Halloween costumes. But first, this aerospace engineer came to Whistler for skiing, only now he's photographing human beings.
Kiana, open your eyes once, look further, then close your eyes.
Photographer Toshi Kawano instructs a model at a portrait shoot for a local business called Paintertainment. The model's hand-sculpted costume is lavish, doubling as both a statue to be admired and a table to host party hors d'oeuvres. The grandeur of the spectacle fills Toshi's camera lens, but the Pemberton resident's eye looks beyond the makeup. The face underneath is what piques Toshi's curiosity.
My center of interest is always people, so I love taking pictures of people.
Toshi's ability to capture the spirit behind his subjects has led to much of his success, whether shooting for weddings or family portraits or commercial photography.
I like the power of photography, which freezes the moment in one image. And when you try to remember something, it feels like a long time ago. But when you see the picture, it feels like yesterday. I like that part of photography.
Especially when that feeling of yesterday brings the father of two back to the days when his eldest daughter was only 3. A prized moment now immortalized on his image, displayed on the side of the Whistler Gondola station.
That's Kaede in that picture, my older daughter. And every year we see that picture. She was 6 back then, and now she's 13.
Toshi originally studied to become an aerospace engineer, and then at the age of 25, he left Japan with his wife to ski in Whistler for a year. 1 year has now turned to 13. Overcoming the language barrier was the biggest challenge to starting up his own business, so he pursued photography, a practical choice, or at least he thought so in the beginning.
I chose photography because I thought I didn't have to speak. But to be honest, I really have to be able to speak in order to make good photography.
And not just good photography, but great. His sports action imagery has graced the likes of Skier, Skiing, and Free Skier magazines, as well as countless Japanese publications. His work then shifted to tourism-based commercial photography for industry giants such as Tourism Whistler, Whistler Blackcomb, Tourism BC, and the Canadian Tourism Commission. One assignment even had him shooting Michael Bublé to help promote the city of Vancouver as a film location destination.
I enjoyed that shoot quite a lot.
Toshi also recently directed and shot his first short film for the Whistler Multicultural Network as part of the World Ski and Snowboard Festival.
Different cultures have different daily routines, and that's what we wanted to showcase in the movie. The film is called Same Difference. I quite enjoy that. I felt like, oh, my picture started moving. I love that feeling. I loved it.
Moving or still, Toshi is capturing the place he loves, sharing his passion for corridor and country. And of course, at the heart of it all, the people who make it his home.
Toshi's photography is also available in Harbor Publishing's book, Top of the Pass. Now, if you are up here in the mountains, you may enjoy gazing at the stars, but it's hard to do with the naked eye. So a place that you may want to go to get a little help from a professional telescope is the H.R. McMillan Space Center in Vancouver. And that's where Dunya Tozy goes on this week's road trip.
Quality Assured Collision's road trip is brought to you by Quality Assured Collision, found online at qacollision.ca.
We were hoping to visit the International Space Station on today's road trip, but we found out that it cost about $35 million to get there. So we decided to check it out here at the H.R. McMillan Space Center.
You know it's out there, but to kind of see it with your own eyes is really amazing. So just to kind of give people that opportunity to wonder and think and question is a great opportunity.
And that opportunity is made possible thanks to the H.R. McMillan Space Center. Only minutes away from downtown Vancouver, this local attraction has been providing learning experiences for locals and tourists since 1968.
A place like Vancouver doesn't always necessarily have a night sky to look at, so it's a great place to be able to come here and understand what's going on. And that includes not only the stars, but it includes what's going on in the space program, who's up in space, and where we're going out in space from here.
If you think back to 1968, that was kind of the middle of the space race. So we came on the scene when people were just starting to get really excited about the possibility of space, but what could happen. We were here when man first walked on the moon, so that was the impetus for the Space Center to start.
Inside this astronomy museum, you can find live demonstrations on science at the Ground Station Canada Theatre, in addition to exhibits and games in the Cosmic Courtyard.
We have an interactive theater down here, which has displays. We blow stuff up. We have volunteers come up and explain all the different things that astronauts are doing up in space, along with workshop programs. So if you're here with the school, you can actually come and build something here at the Space Center, maybe launch a rocket, along with our gallery, which has a lot of interactive computer games and information on space.
This is the 360-degree Star Theater, where you can travel through the night sky, and it's all done thanks to Harold.
If you haven't met Harold, you're either too young to come here, or you've gotten so old that you've forgotten who Harold is. And Harold is our star projector. He's over 40 years old. He was built in East Germany, and he has the ability to project the night sky from any place in the world, from any time in the world. Now, this is one of only 5 touchable moon rocks that are available in the entire world.
Wow.
NASA's very careful about handing these things out. In fact, when this was delivered to us, it was literally the guy had it handcuffed to his wrist, flew it over on the plane, and gave it to us.
And we can't forget about the center's best-kept secret, the observatory.
We have locked astronomers in that room every Saturday night. So if you're ever down here in the Vanier Park area between 8 and 12 on a Saturday night and it looks clear, please come down and visit them, because they do get a little lonely and they want to talk about what's going on in the nighttime sky.
This center has an active school program all year round, but it doesn't matter how old you are, because there's something for everyone to experience. At Vanier Park, I'm Dunia Tozy for Quality Assured Collision Road Trip.
Houston, we have a problem.
Quality Assured Collision's Road Trip has been brought to you by Quality Assured Collision, found online at qacollision.ca.
Well, if you'd like to share your thoughts with us, or maybe you have a favorite Halloween photo you'd like to share with us, or that perfect pumpkin, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/GoC2Sky. Later in the show,
the perfect pumpkin is a medium pumpkin, sort of like a circle.
We tour the pumpkin patch with some expert explorers.
Whether you're pursuing a television career or looking for a new leisure activity, we invite you to join the Shaw TV Volunteer Program. You can gain valuable hands-on experience and acquire skills ranging from camera to floor directing. We're looking for high school or college students or adults who are eager to learn. Shaw TV is currently accepting volunteer applications. Contact us today.
We're there to bring it home. Shaw TV, your local voice.
Levitt Machinery services all the brands they sell, anywhere in Western Canada. If you have big machines for moving stuff and they have a problem, Levitt can fix it. Need a lift? Stack it, reach it, lift it. Levitt.
welcome back to Go See the Sky. I'm your host, Heather Butts at North Arm Farm. And yes, we are still on the hunt for that perfect pumpkin. What is a perfect pumpkin? Well, I've enlisted a couple of recruits and they're on their way out to the pumpkin patch right now to help me find that perfect pumpkin. Now, hunting for a pumpkin is difficult, but not as difficult as it is to be an animal trainer. And that's what Melanie finds out this week on Higher Learning at the Vancouver Aquarium.
Sprott Shaw College's Higher Learning is brought to you by Sprott Shaw College. Found online at sprottshaw.com.
Vancouver Aquarium is educational and entertaining for people of all ages. And today I get a behind-the-scenes look with the trainers who help make it happen and get my hands all kinds of fishy. I've always loved the aquarium, even coming here as a kid for field trips and things, just because there's so many cool things here. The only experience I've ever had is swimming with dolphins in Cabo.
I'm Adria. I'm a senior trainer here at the Vancouver Aquarium for the last 7 years.
I know trainers work very hard for a reason, and I just hope that I don't make their work go down the drain.
First things first is get her nice and dirty, get her boots on, get her fleece on, and get her in the fish house. We do all the marine mammal prep. So you're gonna see some fish juice and stuff, so if you're okay getting dirty, we're gonna go ahead. What we wanna do is we wanna break it up.
In the fish house, it wasn't about the smell. The smell I can handle. Cold. It was frozen.
What we're looking at is we want to make sure there is no marks, no torn skin, making sure that just both eyeballs are in.
So we made sure that every fish was pristine and perfect. Slippery suckers.
You know, she's doing really good with the cutting of the fish and the sorting of the fish. A little bit slow, Mel. We got to work on that. How do you think you did?
I smell bad.
So I'm going to show you kind of what the proper technique of blowing your whistle is.
In theory, this looks easy.
But it's actually quite hard because you want it to be short, clear, and concise.
In reality, it was a disaster. Oh.
Okay, do you see the
difference?
Can you do it again? See the difference? And she kind of looked at me like, I got this. And obviously she didn't. When I feel like she's doing exactly what I want her to do, just like that. So Mel, take that whistle home and practice. So we communicate using our hand signals. So what we did with Melanie, we just did a couple easy ones to start. What do you think? Mel gonna do good? No!
I love dolphins. I love them.
So when I say that it's good, you're gonna blow your whistle.
Okay.
Okay, so here she comes. You're gonna give her a fish. See Mel. There you go.
Hi.
Okay, and turn around. Perfect.
Good job. Yay! She listens to me. It's probably because I had fish. You're so good.
I don't know about that whistle blowing, but
I know,
she still did it, so you're good.
It's because you get it, right, Hannah?
Good. Blow yourself. Okay, let's try that one more time. That's okay.
Who's laughing over there? Someone's laughing.
Move all the way out of the way.
She's like, I'll do whatever you want. Just keep the fish coming. So we had a really good relationship.
Okay, and you're gonna blow the whistle. As soon as she comes up and out of the water, blow your whistle.
Adria, you saw me with the dolphins in the fish house. Would you hire me or would you fire me?
Oh, you did so good in the fish house. You did really good with Hannah.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to fire you because you can't swim.
My parents put me in swimming lessons, and I passed up until a certain point. And then I think as an adult, I didn't swim. So I suck at it.
To be a trainer, you gotta be a swimmer and you gotta be able to clean the pools. So that means you have to be scuba certified. And Mel, unfortunately, you're not quite there yet.
So I can't swim, but I learned a lot. So there is a job for me here at the aquarium. Visitors map, anybody?
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Sprott Shaw College's Higher Learning is brought to you by Sprott Shaw College. Found online at sprottshaw.com.
Well, I give Melanie a lot of credit for that one. I don't think I would have been able to do it myself. Well, it's time to find that perfect pumpkin. We're getting down to business, and I've enlisted Spring Creek's grade 2-3 class to help me find the right pumpkin for my jack-o'-lantern for this year's Halloween and to discover a few other fall favorites.
A day on the farm, the perfect fall outing, and these kids couldn't be more excited. Eager to meet the barnyard animals, these grade 2 and 3 students from Spring Creek Community School try hard to contain their excitement so not to scare the animals. But their new farm friends are just as delighted, for these visitors come with treats.
Piggy, piggy! I like the pigs. I like feeding the chickens. I like how they eat out of your hand.
The animals are certainly fun, but the highlight of this trip was beyond the barnyard. All aboard the farm wagon, it's off to the pumpkin patch they go. Riding through farm fields on a misty morning, the anticipation builds as their destination nears. Eyes wide, they're finally here in search of a pumpkin just the right shape and size.
The perfect pumpkin is a medium pumpkin, and it's sort of like a circle, round, not dirty. I think the perfect pumpkin would be round and low dense, and just in the middle of tall and small.
Knowing what the perfect pumpkin looks like is one thing, but trying to find it in a field this big can be a challenge. And when you do find it, well, you may want to look a little further. Bigger isn't always better.
I was looking for a big pumpkin with no dents. It was really cool. I like to see all the pumpkins mostly.
Searching for the perfect pumpkin means Halloween is just around the corner, a favorite time of year for many of these youngsters.
I like getting candy. I like going for the walk to get candy. And let's say Happy Halloween. I'm gonna be a vampire coyote. I like dressing up and getting candy.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
Harry Potter.
Smiles of satisfaction, their visit to the pumpkin patch is deemed a success. Their next task will be to carve out a jack-o'-lantern that will guide trick-or-treaters along their Halloween route, signaling a stop for young ghosts and goblins. Well, there we have it. We have found our perfect pumpkin, and thank you so much to North Arm Farm for having us out here today. Thank you to the Spring Creek Grade 2-3 class for helping us find the perfect pumpkin, and thank you for watching our special Halloween episode of Go See to Sky. And what do you guys say?
Happy Halloween!
Whether you're pursuing a television career or looking for a new leisure activity, we invite you to join the Shaw TV Volunteer Program. You can gain valuable hands-on experience and acquire skills ranging from camera to floor directing. We're looking for high school or college students or adults who are eager to learn. Shaw TV is currently accepting volunteer applications. Contact us today.
We're there to bring it home. Shaw TV, your local voice.